Okay, so dear students, today we are going to discuss a very important poem of your syllabus, Keeping Quiet. It is written by Pablo Neruda. If we talk about Pablo Neruda, so he was a famous writer. He also got Nobel Prize for Literature. He was born in the year of 1904 in a town called Parral, right? And it is in the country of Chile. So Pablo Neruda was his pen name. His real name was Neftali Ricardo Reis Veselto. As I told you before, he was born in the town of Parral, and which is situated in Chile. Neruda's poems are full of easily understood images which make them no less beautiful. He won the Nobel Prize for Literature in the year of 1971. He died in the year of 1973. So that means only 2 years before his death, he got his Nobel Prize for Literature. In this poem, Neruda talks about the necessity of quiet introspection and creating a feeling of mutual understanding among human beings. So that's the message of this poem, right? Through introspection, we can think about our deeds, whatever we are doing in our life, whether we are doing it right or wrong, right? And how we can realize it after doing introspection. So now let's read this poem, and then after we will explain the poem stanza by stanza. The first line is, now we will count up to 12 and we will all keep still. The poet tells us that all of us together we will count up to 12. Now the question arises why the poet has chosen the number 12. Because the number 12 denotes time, right? We all know that there are 12 hours in a day, right? In a clock there are 12 hours and there are 12 months in a year as well. So the number 12 denotes time. That's why the poet has chosen it, and he's telling us that we will all together count up to 12, then after there will be complete silence. Any kind of movement will not take place at that time, right? Next, for once on the face of the earth, let's not speak in any language. Let's stop for 1 second and not move around so much. The poet further tells us at that time any kind of activity will not take place, right? On earth everyone will be quiet and will not be doing anything. Let's stop. Let's not speak in a language, right? We all know that we are living in this world where different kind of languages are spoken and cultures are followed, customs are followed. So by these things we are divided, right? If we will not be speaking at the time, we will be together and we will be speaking in the language of silence. In this manner we all will be together. If there wouldn't be any kind of burden, or we can say what we can say, barrier of language, so at that time we will feel that all of us are together. Let's stop for 1 second and not move around so much. Any kind of activity is barred at the time. The poet is suggesting us even you will not move your arms, right? So there will be complete silence. Not even you will move your arm. So any kind of movement will not take place. Next stanza is, it would be an exotic movement without rush, without engines. We would all be together in a sudden strangeness. The poet further tells us that the moment where there will be complete silence, it would be an exotic or exciting moment for all of us. It would be quite strange and unusual moment, right? Because we have never seen that kind of moment before. For the first time, we will be witnessing it, right? So that's why it would be an exotic moment for us. So without rush, any kind of rush will not be there. Nobody will be in rush to go anywhere. For instance, people going to the office or the children going to school, so the rush will not take place at the time. Without engines, even the workers in factories, they will stop working. Would be We would all be together in a sudden strangeness. So in that sudden strangeness, all of us will be together, right? We will not be doing anything, we will not be speaking any language, any kind of movement will not take place at that moment too. So in this manner we all will be together and it will be a strange and exotic moment for all of us. uh, Next stanza, fisherman in the cold sea would not harm whales, and the man gathering salt would look at his hurt hands. The poet further tells us that the fisherman who is gathering salt would look at his hurt hand. Now, what the poet wants to convey through this line, that we would not harm the nature, which we are doing a lot, right?